Hello there, my name is Elizabeth Ford, and I'm here with SpiritTruth.life, and today I'm going to do an introduction to the Mazzaroth. The Mazzaroth, if you've never heard of that before, is God's witness of the stars. There is not a whole lot of written information that I found to really kind of articulate what that is, but just to unpack it and start out this discussion, I'm here at this beautiful place where you can see it looks like the earth is touching the sky and the water, and it's creating a beautiful reflection. And so in many ways you can think of the Mazzaroth as God's picture in the sky that reflects what he does, because night after night the stars pour forth speech and make known the glory of God and the creation of God. And so the Bible says that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word is God. The Word, Jesus is the Word. He's holding all things together. And so for some of you, if you're a Christian and you're tuning in and you're listening to this, there's probably a pretty good fear around something called the Zodiac. And so, you've rightly been taught not to get into divination, which is any practice that looks to the spirit realm or to supernatural things that's apart from Christ. And so the Mazzaroth, if you've never heard of it before, and people start talking about constellations like Leo the lion, for example, which the tribe of Judah was represented by a lion. And back in Bible times, they would line up, and it would be like the Levites to the left or the tribe of Benjamin to the right. That was a pretty big fish that just jumped out there. And you can see the wake. That's pretty cool. So they would line up under the Southern Cross. And so don't quote me on which way the tribes lined up, but they did. And so these constellations that are in the sky that have been taken for the Zodiac actually have a much deeper meaning than that, and they date back to even things that the Magi knew about, to follow the star of Bethlehem that led to the birth of Christ. And so how did these Magi know to follow this star? Well, it has to do with the sons of Issachar, which was a tribe that it was specifically given by God for them to know and understand times and seasons. And so a lot of people demonize and try to dismiss what they don't understand. And in this, we're going to try our best to unpack and help you understand what the Mazzaroth is, how there's a witness in the stars, just like Virgo is like the woman and Draco the dragon is like the dragon. And you hear in Revelation about the woman and the stars and giving birth and the dragon in the book of Revelation. And so these constellations are a witness in the stars that is there for those who have understanding. And so it doesn't matter if you live in a far remote tribe and you've never heard the gospel story, it's written in the stars. And so everybody within the entire planet has night after night the story of creation unfolding above them. So if you're interested in that, to learn more about the Mazzaroth, tune in as we begin this series, and we look forward to your questions, your comments, your concerns, and growing and learning with one another. And I hope lots of good discussion and questions will come out of it and a greater understanding. Thank you.